Hey there, Shooby Doodlers. Today I'm going to show you how to draw a werewolf, but let's not talk about it. Oh, let's do it. Okay, let's draw a werewolf. And I've drawn a werewolf before, but that was more a kind of cartoony, and it was a human that was being a wolf rather than a wolf being a human, if you follow what I mean. So this is going to be a wolf being a human, and this is kind of the ball of his head. This is kind of where his brain fits in. And if you think of it as a ball, so we're tilting it down a little bit. And then across here, we're going to build a box out for the nose sticking out like that. And then it'll come up slightly and then down like that. And then we want this then to curve out that way. So we'll have an eye on the edge there and an eye there. This will be the nose. I'll make it a little bit bigger, maybe it's a bit right. And then we'll have fangs coming down. There will be kind of ears coming up there. And then we want a kind of a mask around the wolf as well, around the wolf's head. And he's going to be looking at you like that. And then they have very, very powerful front legs and huge shoulders we want to have. And enormous forearms. And then their hands are kind of basically human, because they're kind of turning human, but they'll have claws. So it wouldn't quite look right, I don't think, to have paws on a werewolf, but big hands I think works well, with claws on the end as well. So I'm just working that in there, and then an enormous chest coming down to sort of thin hips. And how are we doing? I'm trying to fit it all in on the camera here. I'll zoom out. And then enormous thighs, huge calf muscles, and then he will have paws, I think, paw kind of feet, and enormous thighs again coming here, and enormous calf, and of course you want a tail coming out there as well. I'm going to start with this kind of curve across the bridge of the nose here, which is kind of like the eyebrows, and so you can kind of flick these lines in there like that and sort of build up a bit of darkness and shade. So it's kind of following the line there. And then I'm going to put in the nose, which is kind of like a sliced mushroom really. Put a little bit of white there. That'll be the highlight, and you can shed it all in. And then his nose is going to be quite scrunched up, because he's snarling. And then I put an eye there, and we'll have an eye there at a very strange angle, and then that will be his eyeball staring at us. And then I'll put the eyeball in there, and I'm going to put lots of kind of bags and lines under his eyes of snarliness, kind of like that. And we've got a line coming down under the nose, and that kind of comes out there, and we can have quite a hairy line as it goes around. Put in a fang and the front teeth, and then that other fang can kind of go behind there. Put a fang in there so we can see where it's all going to fit. Yeah, that looks good. And then bring that out there. And the tongue will kind of go in there, and then this is the darkness of its insides where you will end up once he's finished eating you. Now, to get this kind of furriness, follow the kind of the lines of the sphere, and don't draw too much fur. It can get a bit obsessed with fur. It's very easy to want to go and draw every single hair, and that's when it gets really messy. Oh, that's my phone. And you can put some little lines there following around the cheek, And then we want to build this kind of mask. And you can put some extra bits in there. And maybe you can build up some sort of shadow behind there as well. With the fur, with the line of the fur. And then that will help to bring the head forward a bit. I'm just going to zoom out here so I can come into these shoulders. And again, it's just these kind of furry lines. Follow around there, and always think about which way the fur is going, which direction the fur is aiming. And then we can put a thumb in there and sort of crinkly fingers rather than paws, I think. And that will kind of dot away there, and then bring that into dots there so it kind of disappears. And we can do that for the hand, and then we'll put a claw coming down there like that, and these ones will come in this angle like that. And then I think we're going to have kind of knuckles going kind of curving crossways on there. Think again about which angle that the fur is coming in, and we can bring fur right down almost onto the knuckles. And we can do the same on the other side, and we've got these huge powerful shoulders, and bring that down into there, and then this will be coming there, so we'll have the thumb, and then that will come into a finger which kind of dots away, come around there, and this will kind of dot away there again, and dot, and kind of like that, and put huge claws in there. And again, we want knuckles, and again, think about where the fur is coming, the angle that it is lying. Now, what am I trying to do here? That's the teeth there, isn't it? Yeah, so good. So again, here, make it furry and sort of come around the corner there. So you want a certain kind of feeling of humanness in there, as well as wolfiness. And then the paws, I'm just going to plan these out a little bit here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Claw, like cats do, sort of somewhere up there. And again on this side. And you can be quite, scratchy as you're drawing this. And now we just need to kind of fill in the angle of the fur. Give him a rock to stand on. Erase those pencil lines. And you can keep sort of putting in this fur, and then you want to think about a bit of shading, and you're going to want to shade in behind these hands. And all that's left is to put some shading in across hatching. If you put sort of the main dark shadow behind the claws, then they will stand forward. And then imagine the sunlight is coming from the top right, or moonlight, and then put all the shadow at the bottom right areas of the body, and it'll all just come together. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and if you did, why not go and learn how to draw Frankenstein's monster, and or maybe try the mystery drawing instead. Either way, make sure you're subscribed so you get all the news of my new drawing videos every Monday and Friday, or go and visit my website as well, see what I'm up to. In the meantime, keep drawing, practice, and I'll see you next time. You take care now. Bye-bye.